Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about my worst breakup. I'm going to be drinking wine. If you're not of age, don't drink wine. I'm 22. I'll be 23 in May. I have my fireplace thing going on in the background, and then I got my essential oil over here, blowing some rose smelling things. I'm in my robe. I did my face routine for like the morning, and then I'm probably gonna work out and draw after this. Well, I'm also gonna have to edit because this is gonna be done all in one day. So this is also why I don't have makeup on. So you're just gonna have to bear with me. Alright, let's just get into the video. So, like I said, this is my worst breakup video. And if you didn't see my worst Valentine's Day date video, it's gonna be the same guy. He's the second story in it. So if you want to watch that video to get caught up, please click the link up here or over here. It's one of these two. And then you'll be caught up with this guy. The day of the official breakup, I was just getting off school. Sarah and I rode the city bus home. She was gonna stay the night because I was all upset about the break and I was hoping that him and I were gonna be okay, but you know how that goes. And Sarah and I got off the city bus and we were walking to my house, and then as I was getting closer to my house, I got a text message from him, and I looked down at it and I was reading it and it said we need to talk, and then I panicked and I ran into the house. And I ran downstairs, I ran into my bedroom, I threw my book bag on my bed, and I was panicking, and I looked at my phone again, and then he said, I think we need to break up, and I felt like I didn't have any time, because I didn't get to respond. I just ran into the house, because I was gonna reply to him, and then that was the text that I saw, and I was like, oh my god. And then I remember seeing my hands, like, trembling as I was looking at that, and I was panicking, like, I don't know why I was panicking. This was my first relationship, so maybe that's why I was like so freaked out. And maybe I have abandonment issues, I don't know. But I was panicking and I was trembling as I was holding my phone, and then without thinking, I called him and I started pacing back and forth, walking into my bedroom, walking into the next room over, and just keep on doing that. And I remember when the phone was ringing, I just could hear my heartbeat. Like, it was like, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, like a legit panic attack. And when he answered the phone, I immediately started crying because his voice, like, it didn't shook me or anything. I was just very like upset, and I didn't want to lose this person because this person was the person that I genuinely loved at the time. So it just kind of sucked with that. And then when he answered the phone, I didn't give him like any time to speak. I was just saying like, why do you want to leave me? Why would you want to throw away 2 years of our relationship? Why would you want to do any of that? Like, I don't understand. Like, I can't put my head in your placement because I don't understand why you want to do that, because it didn't make sense to me, because nothing added up to where that was besides the day of the Valentine's Day, because he didn't act like any other way. Like, he always treated me nicely. We never got into fights. We never argued. And we just randomly broke up, and it didn't make any sense to me. And then I was telling him, because we were talking before, like in high school, before like this happened, we were talking about like how we wanted to get married and move in together. Like, not get married right away, but like move in together, see how that is. And then if we want to get married, we'll get married, you know? And that's what we were going to do when I graduated. And I was asking him, like, why would you want to like break up with me when I was going to move in? And then he wanted me to come over and stay the night, and my mom said it was okay, so I was gonna go stay the night with him, with his family, and we were gonna have church together, and I was really excited about that, but we didn't get to do that. So I was really sad because like he wanted to break up with me, and I'm just saying this to him, like, hey, I want to do this. Like, my mom said it was okay for me to stay the night. Like, it's okay for me to come stay the night. Is that why you want to break up? Because I can't stay the night? Like, it didn't make sense. I was telling him, like, you promised me all this stuff. I don't understand why you want to break up. And he said that, like, he just can't do this. He can't keep holding me on by a thread. And I don't know why he said that. Like, he said that you can't keep holding me on like by a thread. And it never made sense to me. And he's all like, because I never finished high school. I want to finish high school. I want to get my car. I want to get a degree. Like, I can't keep holding you back. And I'm like, you're not holding me back. Like, our relationship is to work together. Like, we can work together. I don't understand why you don't want to work together, because this is what relationships are about. And he just wasn't, he just wanted to not be with me. And then he just kept saying he was like, I'm sorry, and then his voice was shaky, so I know he was upset too, because he probably was upset probably hearing me cry. And like, he was my best friend, and I know I was his best friend at the same time too, so that's where it just doesn't make sense to me. And he asked me if he could call me back, and I said yeah, and then I walked into my bedroom and I fell down to my knees and I just kind of screamed out crying, like bloody murder kind of. But I just remember falling to my knees crying, and then I heard running down the stairs as I'm crying, and I heard my mom and Sarah rush into my bedroom, and they're like, what's wrong, what happened? And I'm like, broke up with me. And then I went up against this wall over here, and I leaned my back up against the wall, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, I can't believe this. And then my mom's like, well, why would he break up with you? And I'm like, I don't know. And then Sarah's like, what's, like, I don't understand. And then they're both like saying like, oh, he's a jerk and stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand why he would break up with me. It doesn't make sense, because it didn't make sense, and it hurt. I just remember hurting a lot, so it sucked. And then after I calmed down a little bit, I went on Facebook and I put single on my Facebook, because I'm like, if he wants to break up with me, there's no point in trying to fight back. Like, I literally just gave up because there was no point in trying to like continue a relationship when someone doesn't even want to be with you. And that was like right after him and I hung up, because I wasn't gonna keep trying to fight for someone if he didn't want to fight for me either, because he was just like giving up. So I was like, there's no point to be with someone if they're just gonna give up. So I gave up on him too. And then he called me back and he's all like, when did we break up? And I was like, well, you said you wanted to break up with me, so I thought we broke up. And I said, there's no point in trying to be with you if you don't want to be with me, because I'm not going to force you into a relationship if you don't want to be with me. And then he didn't say anything, and then we just hung up. And then I remember like a week later, after we broke up and everything, we were still talking like almost every single day. And I guess you're not supposed to do that after you get like dumped, or like when you're not in a relationship with somebody, you're not supposed to keep talking to them. But we still spoke every single day, and he and I were talking, and he's all like, well, I'm gonna go party and stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna go hang out with all these guys, because I was lying, because I was just trying to make him jealous and everything. But don't do that, because there's no point. And he's all like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And then he called me the next day and he's like, oh, did you end up hanging out with him? And I said, no, I lied, because I kept lying, because I was hurt and I was sad. And then the only thing, and I remember like after the breakup and everything, we eventually stopped talking like after like 2-3 weeks, because he just kept hurting me. And I remember I was crying every single day. I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep. And when I think about it, it makes me sad, because I remember being so sad. I've never been that sad before. And I just cried every single day. I would cry at lunchtime, I would cry in the morning, I would cry at night, I would cry like constantly. My eyes were constantly swollen. I cried every day for like a year, and I don't know, it just sucked. I cried every single day, and I felt like I lost my best friend. I'm not gonna cry. Just thinking about it makes me emotional, so. Plus I be emotional sometimes. But yeah, I just remember being so sad, and the only thing I could do was work out. And I'll show you some photos right here of like what I looked like when I would, like the outfit I wore when I was working out. And then I couldn't eat, so I'll pop that up too, because I was just so sad. I couldn't do it. I was just so broken inside. That was my worst breakup story. My worst breakup story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or I'll see you guys next week on Monday at 6 o'clock Central Time. And yeah, if you have had this type of experience or had a really bad breakup, I'm sorry. It does get better. If you're watching this to see if I got better, I did. I'm doing a lot better now. I feel like an independent woman. I like it that way. I rather it be that way. I don't really like relationships. Like, I like relationships. I'd rather wait to be in a relationship to find that, like, the right person for me. So don't think after your breakup you're gonna have to fall straight into a relationship, because you don't have to. So yeah, that's my little tip. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace.